Before May 25th, your mother felt this too. Archangel Michael is sending you a final warning about them. What they found will break you. Open now. Before May 25th, a line will be drawn. Not by man, not by politics, not by chaos, but by heaven itself. A prophetic moment is descending like a flame through the veil, illuminating what was hidden, piercing through deception like a sword. You have felt it. It's not just unease. It's not just anxiety. It is the echo of divine intuition. The same sense that stirred your mother's spirit before you could even understand why her eyes watched the door a little longer, why her voice trembled in silence, why her prayers grew more urgent. That same knowing now visits you. This is not random. This is revelation. This is inheritance. There is something about maternal intuition. It stretches beyond time. A mother can feel what's coming before it breaks the surface. She can hear the cry of the soul before the mouth speaks. Archangel Michael now confirms what she sensed. There is something beneath the surface, something brewing, something spiritually charged that must be faced before the 25th. Not just discovered, but faced with divine clarity and holy boldness. This warning is not born from fear. It is born from the mercy of heaven. Michael did not come to frighten, he come to prepare. Because what they found, those hidden among you, those you trusted, those who carried secrets in smiling eyes, what they found will shake your foundation. And it is not only physical. It is not just about what was said, what was stolen, what was concealed. It is soul rattling. It is covenant breaking. It is revelation through rupture. But this message is not for the multitude. This word will not land on every ear. It will be blocked by pride, rejected by ego, distorted by those who refuse to see. Only the mark will feel it in their bones. Only the spiritually awake will sense that something sacred is about to split. Only those with divine sight will understand that this is not just about betrayal. It is about the unveiling of a path heaven has hidden until now. So be still. Be aware. Be ready. Let nothing distract you from the signs. Let no emotion mislead your discernment. If you are trembling, it is because your soul is bracing for a truth you cannot yet carry. But heaven says you must. Michael says you're ready. A veil is lifting. Type I am chosen in the comments if you receive this message. Listen, code 999 is now surrounding you. Archangel Michael now steps forward, not with hesitation, not with mere suggestion, but with the fire of heaven in his voice. His wings stretch over the moment. His sword gleams with divine authority. He speaks your name. Yes, your name, carved into the scrolls of divine record. Heaven is watching. The final trumpet has sounded. The call is not coming. The call is here. Before the 25th, a decision must be made in silence, he declares. This is no ordinary message. This is a divine interruption, a piercing, holy disruption that rips the veil between the seen and unseen. This moment is sacred. The atmosphere is charged with weight, with consequence, with celestial surveillance. Michael is not whispering. He is roaring from the gates of the unseen, and only those with ears anointed to discern the spiritual frequencies will hear the alarm. Are you still enough to hear it? Heaven has tightened its watch. The spirit realm has tilted its gaze. The silence you feel is not abandonment. It is the breath of angels surrounding you, waiting, guarding, watching. This is not the time to speak. This is not the time to plead your case. Your protection now depends on what you choose not to say. Words in this hour can bind or release. Guard them. Seal them. Let your silence be your sword. Let stillness be your defense. There are movements happening in the shadows. some divine, some deceptive. The enemy is stirring, sensing his grip loosening, and Michael stands as your intercessor. He wars not only on behalf of your name, but on behalf of the destiny tethered to your bloodline. He stands because your voice has echoed in the heavens, your pain has reached the throne, and your name has been written in flame. Heaven is not waiting. Heaven is acting. This is your moment to align. You are not late. You are not lost. You are being pulled into divine timing, a corridor only opened by prophetic obedience. What your mother felt, that heaviness, that tension, that sacred unease, was not paranoia. It was prophecy. He was the first to hear it, and now you are the one to carry it. This moment is generational. This moment is sacred. Michael speaks again. I stand before you not just as a protector, but as a witness. The ones who moved against you do not understand the price of what they've stirred. They have touched one marked by heaven. I have trespassed against the anointed. You are that anointed one. The stillness now required of you is not weakness. It is warfare. The less you say, the more heaven acts. The less you engage, the more angels are loosed. This is not a battle won by confrontation. This is a battle won by surrender to divine order. Do not shout. Do not defend. Do not argue. Heaven is speaking louder than any earthly tongue. Stand still. Hold your ground. Say nothing unless heaven opens your mouth. Let the 25th find you in alignment, not reaction. Let it find you in posture, not panic. This is the hour that heaven writes the record. Will it find you obedient? Type I am anointed in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1516 is now activated. Whispers are crawling through the walls. You heard them, haven't you? The silence between words, the way eyes avoid yours too quickly, the uneasy tension that wraps itself around ordinary moments. It's not just discomfort, it's divine detection. The atmosphere is trembling with the weight of things unspoken. Something is being hidden, but not hidden well. Behind closed doors, in secret corners, they are speaking of you. They are crafting stories, cloaking intentions, building narratives stitched with lies. And yet, they are sloppy. Not because they don't care, but because they think you're blind. But the truth is, your silence has made you dangerous. You're not missing the signs, you're collecting them. Heaven has trained your ears to hear what they cannot hide. Your inner unrest isn't emotional instability. It isn't fear. It isn't trauma reactivating. It's a divine alert system. Heaven has wired your spirit to catch the glitch, to feel the tremor, to sense the spiritual rupture before it manifests. You're not imagining it. You're interpreting it. Every flicker of anxiety is a signal. Every instinct is a trumpet. Don't dismiss it. Your body knows what your soul is just beginning to process. And your mother, she knew it first. A mother's intuition is a holy code, especially when born in prayer. He felt it in her bones, in her tears, in her dreams. Maybe she did have all the answers. Maybe she couldn't explain it. But she knew. A heaviness. It lived in her chest. That suspicion. It gripped her stomach. What you're seeing now, she saw in glimpses. What you're uncovering, she felt in the quiet hours while you slept. What they found is damning. It's soul deep. It's legacy altering. And though they tried to bury it, Michael is unearthing it. Not to harm you, but to free you. The betrayal is layered. They didn't just come through action, but through silence. Through omission. Through manipulation disguised as concern. And yet, heaven is peeling back the layers now, one by one. What breaks you in this season will not end you. It will birth you. This breaking is divine. It is surgical. What they meant for harm is being transformed into holy fire. This disruption is not chaos. It is alignment. Heaven had to interrupt your comfort to expose your captivity. You were surrounded by shadows pretending to be light. But now, clarity is your deliverance. God is separating wheat from weeds, truth from poison, loyalty from performance. The emotional storm you feel isn't weakness. It's labor. You are birthing discernment. You are being baptized in clarity. Don't numb it. Don't rush it. Let it wash over you. Let the grief burn what must die. Let the anger reveal what you must release. Because from this pain will rise the most dangerous version of you, healed, holy, and unshakably awake. The revelation wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to wake you. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the Support Here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I receive this truth" in the comments if you feel this message stirring you. Blessing Code 2024 is being released over your life. This is not just betrayal. This is a declaration of war in the heavens. What happened to you wasn't a mere accident. It wasn't coincidence. It wasn't just people being people. And oh, beloved, this was spiritual warfare masked in the mundane. This was a kingdom clash disguised as everyday deception. They didn't just turn on you. They triggered a reaction in heaven. They pierced a sacred line they didn't even know existed. And now the heavens respond. Archangel Michael speaks. You've been chosen, and the attack confirms it. If you were not dangerous to the enemy's agenda, you would have been left alone. If you were not carrying something holy, they would not have tried to contaminate it. What you faced was not about your past, it was about your potential. It was not a reflection of your weakness, it was evidence of your power. The ones who moved against you, the ones who played games behind closed doors, were not attacking the person you used to be. They were trying to sabotage the person heaven was about to reveal. And this is the truth they don't want you to realize. Your silence is not weakness. Your silence is strategy. It is not retreat. It is resistance. You've been told that to win, you must speak, defend, shout, prove. But heaven is rewriting that lie now. Michael is instructing you to understand your power in this season flows from restraint, from holy pause, from divine redirection. Because what you don't say will speak louder than anything they've accused you of. They are watching. They are waiting for your reaction. They are feeding on it, hoping it validates their schemes. But they are confused because you've chosen stillness. You've chosen silence. And in that silence, your angels are speaking on your behalf. Your silence isn't empty. It is filled with fire. Heaven sees what they think no one does. Heaven sees the manipulation they wrap in kindness. Heaven sees the envy they hide behind praise. Heaven sees what they try to bury under carefully crafted images and fake loyalty. A smile, a compliment, a concern. All of it seen, all of it recorded. You are not fighting flesh and blood. This is not personal. This is prophetic. The attacks came when you started to shift. They came when your spirit began rising. When you stopped fitting into the cage they created. That's when the opposition appeared. Because you moved differently. You prayed harder. You listened more carefully. And now the enemy panics. He thought your silence was surrender, but it is a divine setup. You are not broken. You are positioned. You are not cast down. You are hidden in plain sight. And while they plot, while they whisper, while they twist narratives, the angels encircle your path. You are surrounded, protected, guarded, not just from them, but from the version of you that would have responded in the flesh. This is your evolution. This is your awakening. Let heaven frame this fight. What you're in is not a falling apart. It's a divine arrangement. You are being pulled from people who cannot carry your next level. You are being stripped of associations that dilute your calling. This is not abandonment. This is alignment. So, step back. Watch it. Listen. Let your discernment rise above your emotion. Heaven is assigning strategy to your silence. You don't need revenge. You need revelation. And it is coming. Soon. Fully. Unavoidably. Type "I am under divine strategy" in the comments if this section speaks to your soul. Blessing code 777 is working in your atmosphere. Archangel Michael now speaks again, voice stern, eyes ablaze with urgency. Someone is moving. Cast. But not because they are bold, because they are afraid. Yes, beloved, someone is acting in haste. Not because truth is on their side, but because exposure is near. The pressure is building. Their lies are unraveling. The weight of what they tried to hide is caving in, and their steps are no longer ordered. They are frantic. They are scrambling, trying to patch the holes in their narrative before May 25th reveals it all. There is a divine deadline, and it's closer than they think. Before May 25th, the shift will be visible. Heaven isn't just whispering anymore. Heaven is shaking the ground beneath. The mask. You will feel the shift in the air, in conversations that suddenly seem off, in glances that no longer feel safe. The energy is changing. The spirits are stirring. The lie is coming undone. But hear me clearly. Do not confront it. You want to. Everything in your flesh wants to step into the ring, to call it out, to demand truth, to reclaim power. But Michael commands stillness, because to confront now would be to interfere with the divine reveal. Don't reach for justice prematurely, let it arrive in full measure. What's coming as a sound, but only those trained in the spirit will hear it. It's in the silence. It's in the tension. It's in the shift of atmosphere when you walk in the room. You are not imagining it. You are discerning it. You are hearing in the spirit what others dismiss in the natural. The confrontation is near, but it must not come from you. Let their own choices expose them. Let their own inconsistencies betray them. Heaven has orchestrated this trap for truth, and all you must do is stay still long enough to let it spring. You've already won, but you must not move prematurely. What they fear most is your silence, your calm, your unbothered posture, because it tells them heaven is backing you. It tells them they no longer control your narrative. It tells them their access has been revoked, not through chaos, but through consecration. May 25th approaches like a sword, and when it strikes, it will divide truth from lie. It will sever false ties. It will break what bound you in secrecy and set you ablaze in clarity. Let the shift come. If this message resonates and empowers you, consider giving a super thanks. Even a gift of $10 helps us continue crafting these divine messages. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, You can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am a watchman in the comments if you're spiritually awake and waiting. Blessing code 1414 is now preparing your next move. Be still. Not as a retreat. Not as a surrender. Be still, because heaven has taken the battlefield. Archangel Michael declares, I war on your behalf. I have already drawn my sword. The realm of spirit is under divine lockdown for your protection. You are not unguarded. You are not forgotten. You are not wandering aimlessly through this storm. No, you are watched. You are warned. And you are wrapped in light. This is the hour where divine protection does not look like walls. It looks like stillness. It looks like you saying nothing while heaven says everything. It looks like your name being carried in the mouths of angels while your enemies speak in shadows. Say nothing. Do nothing. React to nothing. You've already said enough. You've already done enough. Now it is time to withdraw. To pull back, not in fear but in wisdom. To retreat, not because you've lost, but because you're letting God win it His way. There is a moment when silence becomes the greatest weapon. This is that moment. Michael whispers to your spirit now. Your silence will confuse them. Your lack of retaliation will convict them. Your peace will prophesy their downfall. This is not the time to post. This is not the time to text. This is not the time to defend yourself. Your defender is on the move. Let the divine court speak. Heaven has convened. The case is being reviewed. And guess what? Every tear you cried was a testimony. Every injustice you bore silently was a witness. Every time you chose peace when you were provoked, it was written. Every restraint was recorded. Heaven keeps better records than any human ever could. This is your spiritual asylum. A season of holy withdrawal where God handles what your heart cannot. You are not being silenced. You are being shielded. You are not losing connection. You are being drawn deeper. Into protection. Into strategy. Into sacred isolation where the Holy Spirit can recalibrate your thoughts and strengthen your steps. This is why you must pray, not pursue. This is why you must praise, not panic. The energy of pursuit belongs to the spiritually immature. But the spiritually mature, they let God prove it. They let angels fight it. They let light expose it. Because they know that in silence, the heavens thunder louder than any earthly noise. Say this now. I am watched, warned, and wrapped in light. This is your warfare phrase. Repeat it when the urge to react arises. Speak it when your heart begins to race. Whisper it when your flesh wants to prove something. Let that phrase become your shield. Let it become your sanctuary. You must protect your energy. You must preserve your focus. Your stillness is holy. It is the barrier between heaven's vengeance and your own impulse. Don't cross that line. Don't try to rescue what heaven is removing. Don't try to explain what God is exposing. You owe no explanations. You owe no defense. You owe nothing but your obedience. Let divine hands do what human hearts cannot. They will see. They will know. They will regret. But it will not be because you made them feel it. It will be because God made them witness it. Type I am covered in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 888 is now guarding your stillness. You are not the wounded anymore, you are the weapon. Yes, you were broken. Yes, they tried to fracture your spirit. Yes, betrayal came in waves you didn't see coming. But it didn't kill you. It didn't consume you. and purified you. A fire didn't destroy, it formed. The ashes didn't mark your end, they marked your awakening. Archangel Michael stands now, sword raised high, and he declares, "Let the wounded rise as the warrior." The betrayal refined you. The heartbreak sanctified you. What was meant to weaken you has become the exact material that now makes you dangerous to the darkness. The shift is spiritual. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's not even visible yet. But oh, it is happening. You're starting to see clearly. Feel stronger. Think sharper. Your eyes aren't clouded anymore. Your discernment is no longer polluted. You are walking with quiet fire in your bones. They think you've gone silent, but really, you've gone sovereign. This is not your ending. This is your unveiling. You are not who you were before the betrayal. You are wiser now. You know how to spot deception by the spirit, not by the face. You know how to move with God's timing, not your own urgency. You are not rushing. You are not reacting. You are rising. They thought you would stay shattered. They thought your silence was defeat. But the truth is, your silence was resurrection. You were rebuilding. You were regathering your power. You were letting God stitch your wounds with wisdom. And now you are more dangerous in peace than they ever were in war. Your calm is a curse breaker. Your clarity is a mirror. Your healed energy is revealing who they've always been. And the best part, you don't even have to say a word. The shift in your atmosphere speaks for you. The weight of your presence disrupts their comfort. Because they no longer have access. Because they can no longer manipulate. Because you are no longer bound. The fear they now carry is not of you. It is of what you're becoming. You walked through the fire. You danced in the valley. You've cried under the moonlight with no one but heaven watching. And now heaven says, "That's enough. Rise." Michael has sounded the trumpet. You've entered your unveiling season. Let your silence announce your victory. Say this: I am no longer broken. I'm awakened. Let this be your power statement. Let this carry you into rooms where you were once overlooked. Let this armor you in environments where betrayal once reigned. Let this remind you, you are the storm now. You do not chase, you command. You do not beg. You bless. You are no longer surviving. You are now a sovereign vessel of glory. If his message is strengthening you, consider sending us super thanks. A $1.50 gift from your heart helps us continue creating and releasing divine messages just like this. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I am the storm" in the comments if this resonates in your soul. Blessing code 5656 is igniting your next level. What if I told you this all happened for a reason higher than your understanding? What if I told you the pain was coded with prophecy? What if I told you what they tried to hide from you was heaven's way of unlocking your next dimension? Listen now. Archangel Michael does not speak in riddles, but in revelation. And the revelation is this: you were never supposed to remain in the space you were in. They were never meant to go where you are going. What they tried to bury, the conversations, the manipulation, the betrayal, all of it was permission for heaven to promote you. But first, it had to provoke you. What they hid wasn't for your eyes, but heaven revealed it anyway. Not to devastate you, to direct you. You must understand, beloved, the betrayal didn't come to destroy your trust. It came to destroy your stagnation. You were loyal to comfort. You were tied to the familiar. You were faithful to what no longer fed your purpose. And heaven had to shake you loose. Heaven had to allow the fracture so that your feet would move. This isn't a breakdown. This is your becoming. The lie they told. They opened a gate. The shift you felt. It was spiritual navigation. A dream that turned to dust. It was heaven pressing reset. You were never stuck. You were being staged. Every delay was a setup for divine delivery. Michael declares, they moved against you, but heaven moved first. You didn't see it at first. How could you? You were too faithful, too honest, too close. But the evidence began to whisper. The atmosphere shifted, and slowly, heaven began removing the blindfold. Not to hurt you, but to awaken you. You had to be awakened. You had to be unlocked. Because your name is known in the courts of heaven. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. This betrayal was permission. This rupture was prophecy. Every tear you cried watered the next level. Every scream in silence cracked open a door you didn't know existed. And now it's time to rise into revelation. What they thought would ruin you will now release you. You're stepping into rooms you never planned for. You're hearing in the spirit more clearly. You're discerning at a level that frightens your past. Your prayers are not just words. They are weapons. Your presence is no longer passive. It's prophetic. Heaven never miscalculates. Heaven never wastes pain. And heaven is saying, this was necessary. You needed this disruption to discover who you are. You needed this betrayal to uncover the brilliance buried beneath your survival. You needed this abandonment to remember your anointing. And now, you are rising not just with insight, but with authority. This is not the season to chase answers. This is the season to embrace the knowing. God has already spoken. Heaven has already confirmed. You don't need more proof. You need more posture. The revelation is this. You were never meant to stay small. If this message speaks to your soul, and you're grateful for this journey, please consider sending a super thanks of $20 to support our work and help continue spreading prophetic messages like this. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I receive this revelation" in the comments if you know this was for you. Blessing code 4747 has been unlocked over your destiny. Now, heaven waits on one word, your yes. Not a passive yes. Not a maybe, not a hesitant nod, but a full-throated, heaven-backed, earth-shaking yes that reverberates through your entire being. A yes that silences doubt. A yes that dissolves fear. A yes that commands your destiny to stand up and walk. Archangel Michael leans in closer now. His wings cover your next step. He's not asking you to understand the whole path. He's asking you to say yes to the path you were created for. The destiny you've been afraid to claim. The life you've been secretly sensing but were too surrounded by confusion to fully embrace. Heaven is not indecisive about you, but it cannot move past your hesitation. Your yes is not just agreement. It is activation. It is spiritual legislation. It is the declaration that gives heaven permission to bring what has been delayed. You've cried for the breakthrough. You fasted for clarity. You've asked for a sign. This is your answer. Say it now. I accept the unveiling. I rise with heaven's plan. Let those words shatter the last chains of shame. Let them pierce through the fog of confusion. Let them demolish every counterfeit agreement you ever made with fear, rejection, and regret. Because when your spirit speaks, even if your mouth trembles, heaven responds. Your spirit knows. It knew before your mind can catch up. That's why the discomfort grew unbearable. That's why your soul felt like it was being stretched. Because something greater was trying to break through your resistance. Destiny does not beg. Destiny waits. And now it stands before you, asking, will you finally accept the throne built with your name on it? Declare destiny even in the face of dishonor. You are not what they did. You are not what they said. You are not who they painted you to be in their lies. You are who heaven wrote you to be before the foundations of the earth. You were called. You were crowned. And now you must be awakened. You are now the storm. Not chaotic. Not destructive. But uncontainable. Measured by God. Moved only by divine instruction. You shift atmospheres by showing up. You carry kingdom frequency in your footsteps. You speak truth without shouting. You are what the enemy fears most, a silent warrior who knows their worth. Michael has watched your walk. He has defended your innocence. He has warred for your wisdom. And now he is watching you step into activation. Don't wait for permission. You already have it. Don't wait for confirmation. It's written all around you. Don't wait for them to apologize. Your calling doesn't need their validation. This is your divine commission. This is your moment of transformation. Rise with boldness. Move with wisdom. Speak only when heaven opens your lips. But let your spirit roar. Let your pleasure preach. Let your peace scream louder than their chaos. You were not delayed, you were divinely timed. If you felt your spirit leap while hearing this word, please consider supporting this message by giving a super thanks. Even a $5 gift helps us continue producing content that unlocks destiny. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type my YES is activated in the comments if you've accepted the divine call. Blessing code 3030 is now shifting everything in your favor. While you slept, angels recorded. While you wept, heaven negotiated. You did not see it, but the spiritual realm was in motion. Every silent cry, every suppressed scream, every night you turned your face to the wall, it was not ignored. It was documented. It was heard, and it was answered. Archangel Michael speaks now with thunder in his voice. There has been a silent exchange, a transaction in the spirit realm, and your name is on it. What was taken from you, the peace, the honor, the clarity, is not just being restored. It's being multiplied. What was stolen in the night is returning in the morning with interest. This is divine recompense. But you must understand, it did not come through war. It came through silence. It came through surrender. It came through letting heaven speak while you held your peace. You didn't need to fight. You needed to remain. You didn't need to respond. You needed to trust. And because you did, something irreversible has begun. A spiritual transaction that shifts atmospheres and bends timelines. The scale has tipped. The ledger has been touched. And heaven is now releasing what was held in reserve for this precise moment. There is a stirring in your spirit, and you felt it. An unease not of fear but of readiness. Something is moving. You wake up different. You sense a change in the air. Conversations feel different. Environments no longer hold you the same way. That's because your inheritance is stirring. The documents have been signed in the heavens, and the next phase of your life is unlocking. Your mother knew this moment would come. She may not have had the words. She may not have had the theology. But she felt it. She saw the shift in your eyes before you knew what was happening inside you. Her prayers were the deposit. Her tears were the offering. Her love laid the foundation. And now you walk on what you warred for. This is not the time to question your worthiness. This is not the time to second-guess the blessing. You have paid the price, not in perfection, but in obedience. You showed up. You stayed still. You endured what should have cried you. And heaven says, that's enough. Now receive what has always been yours. This inheritance doesn't look like gold or silver. It looks like peace. It looks like confidence. It looks like divine strategy and angelic covering. It looks like access where others face resistance. It looks like revelation pouring in like a flood. And yet, this exchange is invisible to those still asleep in the spirit. Don't expect applause. Don't look for validation. What's happening is too holy for public ceremony. This is a sacred moment, a divine exchange behind the veil. And the result, your life will begin to reflect what your spirit has already received. The enemy senses it. That's why distractions are rising. That's why conflict tries to knock. That's why confusion comes like a fog. Because he knows what's been released. And he's desperate to stop you from recognizing it. But you must stay anchored. Stay quiet. Stay focused. The less you move in panic, the more you move in power. You do not owe anyone an explanation for this elevation. It was earned through surrender. It was sealed in silence. It was transferred in the spirit realm, and no man can revoke it. This is your season of silent gain. Type "I claim my inheritance" in the comments if this resonates with your soul. Blessing code 1717 is sealing your divine exchange. The courtroom of heaven has ruled, and now divine justice begins. Archangel Michael now unfurls a scroll, your scroll, and it reads in flaming ink, "Justice granted. Reversal initiated. Favor released." What was done to you was not only seen, it was measured. What they took was not only taken, it was counted. And heaven, oh heaven, is meticulous in its accounting. This is the hour of spiritual reversal. Everything taken unjustly will be returned, not equally, but multiplied. The honor they stripped, the time they wasted, the peace they disturbed, every ounce is being divinely recalibrated and returned. You have entered the realm of reversal. The very same mouths that spoke against you will now witness your rise. And not quietly. No, God is not hiding this victory. Heaven is placing you on display, not for vanity, but for vindication. They thought they buried you. They didn't know you were a seed. They thought your silence was defeat. They didn't understand it was strategy. They assumed their plots worked. They had no idea heaven was documenting every move. Now, the scales have been tipped. Now, the verdict is rendered. Now, the favor flows like justice flooding a dry valley. You've cried, now watch heaven calculate. Michael speaks, "I filed this case myself. I presented every injustice before the throne. I gathered every whisper of betrayal, every drop of deceit, and laid it before the Most High. And God, in His infinite justice, said, 'Enough. It's time. Let the reversal begin. Let the ones who lied see you rise in truth. Let the ones who use you see you walk in provision. Let the ones who tried to break your spirit watch you lead with supernatural grace. This isn't payback. This is prophecy. This isn't revenge. This is realignment. Heaven doesn't strike emotionally. It strikes strategically. And now, what you thought you lost is coming back with divine acceleration. Favor will now find you where it once passed you by. Doors that were sealed are opening because heaven has declared it. And it's personal. This isn't just about vindication. This is about restoration. Not just for you, but for your bloodline. This is about generational healing. What you endured has purchased freedom for the ones who come after you. What you carried in silence has become the courtroom evidence for a family transformation. The reversal is generational. You will see the ones who walked away wishing they had stayed. You will see the ones who mocked you reaching for what now surrounds you. You will feel peace return, joy return, confidence return. This is the holy reversal. If this divine word speaks directly into your spirit, consider sowing into the message with a super thanks. Your $10 offering helps us bring these prophetic truths to more souls who need them. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I receive divine justice in the comments. Blessing code 9999 is flowing back everything stolen from your life. What was hidden is now being revealed, not by man, not by accident, but by divine appointment. This was never about exposure to shame you. It was about unveiling to prepare you. Archangel Michael stands now in final declaration. His wings stretch wide. His voice echoes like thunder through the heavens, and his words wrap around your soul like a mantle of fire. You are sealed. You are chosen. You are strengthened by the Most High. This is not just a moment. It is a coronation. You have endured the testing. You have walked through the shadows. You have stood still when chaos pressed on every side. And now, heaven responds with confirmation. Not because you fought perfectly, but because you surrendered faithfully. Your obedience in silence has activated a divine sequence that cannot be stopped. The things you never thought would be resolved are now under divine recalibration. The tears you cried without an audience became incense in the courts of heaven. The confusion that clouded your thoughts is now clearing like fog in the morning sun. The battle was never yours, it was always the Lord's. And now he speaks. It is finished. Let this echo in your soul. It is finished. The waiting, the worrying, the watching, the wondering is finished. You do not walk into the future dragging the trauma of the past. You walk into your next with angels assigned, protection sealed, and favor unlocked. You are not returning to the person you once were. That version of you expired the moment you chose obedience over reaction. Your identity hath been rewritten in glory. Michael declares, I stood beside you in the darkness. I shielded you when they tried to strike. I warred for you when you had no strength left. And now, I carry this final word, rise. Not with arrogance, not with vengeance, but with holy clarity. You are no longer the accused. You are the anointed. You are no longer under the microscope of man. You are under the mantle of God. The false narratives, let them fade. The betrayals, let them rot. You are rising beyond it. You are elevated above it. Every room you enter from this moment forward will recognize the shift in your essence. They will not be able to explain it, but they will feel it. The weight, the authority, the light. You are no longer hidden. You are revealed. and you carry with you the fragrance of fire past and the evidence of heaven's vindication. You have been called for such a time as this. The enemy thought he was breaking you, but all along, heaven was building you. Stone by stone, scar by scar, you have become a vessel of refined glory, poured out in strategic silence and now filled with supernatural peace. You are no longer begging for clarity, you are the clarity. You are no longer searching for signs, you are the sign. Your rise is not random, it is righteous. As you move forward, do not shrink. Do not apologize for the glow. Do not hide the oil. You have been crowned. Walk like it. Speak like it. Think like it. Love like it. Trust like it. Lead like it. Rest like it. Rest, because the battle is over. Let this affirmation cover you in every direction. I am sealed. I am covered. I am crowned. I am chosen. I am restored. I am no. I am held. I am walking in divine reversal, under angelic protection, and into prophetic completion. I am no longer waiting for the shift. I am the shift. Heaven knows my name. Hell fears my silence. And the earth shall see my rise. Let no one steal this knowing from you. If this final word has blessed you, filled your soul with power, and reminded you who you are, please consider honoring the message by giving a super thanks. Even a $10 offering helps us continue releasing more messages like this to those who need divine alignment. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am crowned in the comments if you receive this closing word. Blessing code 1212 is sealing you in glory and completion.